crafty friends. My name is Colleen Light and I'm with Cards by Coco, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you from Southwest Washington. If you just saw me bounce off, I'm taking care of some family things today, so I had to bounce off and respond to some text. But I'm back now. Anyway, just a quick thing. We only have a few more weeks to celebrate and to take advantage of this Stampin' Up! Starter kit. It's just fabulous this go around. But, you know, if you just like to craft and you don't want to be a demonstrator or a hobby demo or whatever term, I hope you stick around while I make this super cute, very easy, one of my favorite layouts where you show both sides of your designer series paper. My usual live time is this time, 10 o'clock a.m. every Wednesday morning. If you're catching the replay on YouTube, if you could just go down below, like, comment, or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Anyway, let's have some crafty fun. I'll turn you around. Let's get started today. I'm working with a stamp set out of our current mini catalog, the perennial postage and the dies. And like I said, this is a super easy and fun layout. I'm going to bring you up on my laptop, and hopefully I won't have to leave during my video to do anything else. And I hope you're all having a happy Valentine's Day. I don't normally wear the color red, so I put on the one red sweater I think I have. So anyway, I'm trying to just bounce over here on Facebook so I can bring you up and see comments. It's always a little bit of a process, isn't it? Anyway, super fun layout. Let me show you some of my samples while I'm fooling around here. It's always a bit of a process. So these are my samples that I've made, and you can see both sides of this designer series paper. I absolutely love this. I use the Be Mine designer series paper for this one. I know you will get through this. I needed a couple of get well cards, so I thought that would be great to send out. And let me see what else. Oh, I think I need to scoot this over a little bit. My goodness, I am really... Let me see here. I'm having a time of it just getting set up. I may have to just bypass these comments. I don't know. And, oh, hi, good morning, Jan. And then every week I have been making a Christmas card. So I actually used the Winter Meadow designer series paper that I had left and made a very simple Christmas card. So that is my tip to you, to go ahead and make one, and I've said it every week, and I already have a stack because I've been doing this since January, to go ahead and make one Christmas card with your leftover supplies a week. So by the time the holidays roll around, you will have a fabulous head start, and maybe you'll even have all of your cards done. So that's my tip. Let's go ahead and get started with today's card. I'm going to leave a sample out. I'm going to swap up the colors. This is Pretty Peacock, which is one of my favorite colors, but I'm going to brighten this card up a little bit by using some Highland Heather. So let's go ahead and start cutting some paper together. You know, I love to do everything with you start to finish. Let's start cutting some of our paper. I have the Highland Heather cardstock. Let's go ahead and cut it right down the middle at 5.5. Just like that. And then I'm going to turn it around and we're going to cut it at 6 inches. And you might have seen me do this, demonstrate this card before. Then I'm going to scooch this back to 4 1/4. And cut, just that easy, not cut, score, sorry. And then we're going to take another piece of Highland Heather, cut this at 1 inch and 5.5. So let me make sure we're at 5.5 here, and we are. These two are just, I'm going to move them right up above so I don't misplace anything. Then I have the fabulous Perennial Lavender 12-inch by 12-inch designer series paper. And I just have a bit of a sample here, which is it's all a mess. Sorry, guys. So sorry. It has been a busy morning again. And you can see the back side. So I really want to show off both sides of this designer series paper. I absolutely love it. And you can see in some of this, we have a little bit of, we have the butterflies. Absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and cut a piece of designer series paper. Let me see which one I would like to do. I love this one because I love the floral images, but I think I really want to bring in that butterfly. We have a few butterflies here, but I don't think I'm going to like this green against that Highland Heather. So I may just have to, let me see, cut into a bigger piece here. This piece measures 3 inches by 5.5. So let me see how I can get my butterflies in here. So 3 inches. Well, this will work perfect. Oh, let me scoot this up. My goodness, I don't think I have my camera set up very well. Oh, that's okay. We're just going to forge ahead. By 5.5. By doing this, we can get both of those butterflies in, and that's exactly what I wanted. And I want a 3/4 inch strip for the inside of my card. And I'm going to flip this piece around just so I can show you. And I'm going to cut this at 3/4 of an inch again, just to match the width of the one on the inside by 3 inches. I'm going to show you how we're going to, instead of using ribbon, we're going to use the designer series paper. And it is just that, oh, one more piece. Let me grab my basic white cardstock here. Let me grab a piece of that. Let me reach behind you. Of all the things to forget, who forgets basic white cardstock? And this I'm going to cut at 3 inches by 4.25. And this will go on the inside of our card. All right, let's have some fun now. We're going to be doing some embossing, some stamping. So let's have some fun here. For our stamping, I'm going to be using this stamp. I know you will get through this. And instead of using Highland Heather, I'm actually going to go a little darker with the gorgeous grape. So let's go ahead and grab a piece of basic white, a little scrap I have, and do some stamping this morning. So tell me, while we're stamping and doing our project, can you tell me if you celebrate Valentine's Day, or do you not? This morning, kind of a funny story. This morning I had, oh, thank you for sharing and popping in today, Judy. I had, we make so many cards as card makers, so I made my husband this really cute Valentine's Day card and got him some chocolates because I love chocolate. We don't generally keep it in the house, so I had to get some. Well, and of course, he forgot it was Valentine's Day, and I ended up making him feel guilty, which was not the intention. So tell me, do you celebrate Valentine's Day or not? Are you expecting chocolate and flowers? Or did you get your husbands anything? Anywho, I just thought it was kind of funny. I mean, it didn't hurt my feelings. Anyway, let's go ahead and take this one here. I want to do just a very small sentiment. So let's go ahead and do that. And then once this is done, I'm going to show you how I'm going to emboss that little strip of paper that we cut of cardstock. So I'm just going to, because I don't think I stamped this very straight, I'm going to hope it cuts straight. And I have that lined up. And let's just pop this through. We'll get all of the parts and pieces together, and then we will go ahead and put this very easy card together. Let me move that out of my way. This is the piece I want here. Let me get out my embossing folder. I have it out here. Let me grab it. It is I did have it, it's probably in the mess I have over here somewhere. The quarter foil tile embossing folder, one of my favorites. When you are embossing, make sure you put your seam side in to your machine first. There are different sizes of folders. There's 3D folders and there are these thinner ones. You will find the recipe on the base plate of your cut and emboss machine. It will tell you exactly what you need. For this one, I need plate 1. I'm going to put my embossing folder in. You'll notice there's a black line there to get things lined up somewhat even. I'm going to just move mine here. I want as much of that tile to be complete as possible. I need a plate 3 and another plate 3. So the recipe for what you need is actually on your cut and emboss machine on the base plate. And the base plates, everything comes with it when you order it. And it's so much fun to add a little bit of extra to your cards with these embossing folders. Okay, now for the fun part and the easy part. This is such an easy card. It's one of my favorite layouts, like I said. Because it's easy, you can make a bunch of different designs. It's a great way to use up your designer's series paper. Let's just give that a little crease. This is going to fit right here. So let me show you how I'm going to do this to make sure it's lined up. Oh, good morning, Kathy. Chocolates, yes, nice. Oh, and roses, that's thoughtful. Just a little bead right there. We don't want it to go over. Then I'm going to pop this designer series paper and I'm going to slide it down and make sure it comes even with your edge and then give it a little press. Then you can see how pretty, and I actually love this. We've got a little bit of glue there. That's okay though. It'll come off. Nobody will know. I love, love, love this plaid pattern in there. So pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our emboss layer. And again, I cut this at 5.5, so it would, since this piece covered the entire cardstock, I wanted this to match. So this is 1 inch by 5.5 inches. And of course, I will have all of this blogged for you at the end, by the end of the day. So let me go ahead and pop this one right here. And we can center that up on that border, just like that. Now, I wanted the check piece here to tie in, and I want to make sure that I'm not covering up my butterflies because I absolutely love, love, love the butterflies. So I wanted to use a check piece. If you don't, and only because I think it matches the inside, and I am the queen of matchy-matchy. So if you wanted a little bit different, by all means, you can go ahead and use a patterned piece. I wanted to keep things kind of together, and I'm bringing mine down a little bit. Basically, I really want those butterflies to be shown off. Absolutely love them. So there we go. And I'm lining, I cut this at 3 inches because I wanted it lined up with this piece and this piece. If you really wanted to be fancy, you could wrap some twine around your card. There's so many things you could do. And I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals, our sentiment up on some dimensionals. Now, I did have some twine that I was using. And I think we might do a little bit of twine again. This card has a little bit of a country feel to me, which anytime I have a card that has a bit of a country feel, outdoorsy feel, a little bit more rustic feel, I will generally add twine to my card. So these are the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. which is a catch-all for every type of twine I have. That bag just catches all of my twine. And I just like to do a simple loop around, nothing fancy here. Simple loop around. And we're gonna go like that and give this a snip. Let me just grab my scissors and give it a snip and a snip. And then I'm going to put this up on some dimensionals and we'll decorate the inside of our card. Anyway, we're supposed to be getting snow again this week. Can you believe that? I knew it would come back. I knew we were in fake spring. I've moved on to spring flowery cards, so I'm going to need the spring weather to catch up with me. All right, so before you press it down, make sure you have it even and where you want it. So I like it just like that. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, these purple fine shimmer gems are fabulous. So let's add a couple to the front of our card because this is such a simple card. I would for sure say that we need some bling on this one, right? I mean, we just have to. We have to. It's just too simple not to. Well, and even if it was complicated, you all know I would be putting the bling on it anyway, right? And then I'm going to put one here because I really want people to pick up on that pretty butterfly. Let me show you the inside here. I'm going to coordinate the inside panel with that and lay a piece of this designer series paper right here. So let's go ahead and do that. You can put this, you can make this as wide or as thin as you like, and you can place it anywhere you like on your card. I am not very wordy with my letters or my notes. I like enough room to maybe add the sentiment I want right before I mail it off and to sign my name. But I do have some friends who are not feeling very well and family members, so I really need some get well cards, and I like the I know you will get through this. That is just for me the sentiment I need this week. And then I'm going to center this here. Okay. So just that easy. Look at that. We've made this card and it hasn't taken hardly any time at all. Oh, Wendy, Wendy's saying she's getting her hair cut today. How fun. I love to get my hair done. So let me show you my other samples and let me know which one you like. I love Pretty Peacock, one of my favorite colors, but I really like the Highland Heather better in this card. I do. I like this card. I kind of love this card. This is the one using the Be Mine, and you can see I used those stamps, the Perennial postage dies, and I used a couple of different sizes to make the background here. And I love this card because I also like that pattern. And then I made my Christmas card of the week. Let me move my junk out of the way. Not junk. My other crafting supplies out of the way. I'm kind of messy this morning. Anywho, so this is what I got. And I agree with you, Judy. I'm all about the Highland Heather too. I think it's a super bright, pretty card. Very cheery. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. It's always so nice to spend part of my Wednesday mornings with you. And I will see you next week.